Welcome back, everyone. We're back already. A short break, and we've got two matches actually going on. Oh, wait. They might be resetting the table. Okay, so maybe they are going to reopen this one. But we've got Flushie taking on Xiaojun currently, and we also got Linus taking on KraciFisk for round 2. So let me open that first, and then I can try and reopen the table because they've been resetting it a bunch. Between Flushie and Xiaojun. They've been playing for a little bit, actually. In a second, I'll check exactly how many hands they've played. They're actually playing 3 tables. I only have a setup currently for... I mean, I could set up one more, to be honest. Let me see. If it's possible to put the table on another monitor, I can actually... Because now it's going to break everything. Yeah, so I move this away. I think this I can try to do. Oh, no, maybe I can't. Wait, it's not... I can't style? Oh, God. Okay, so yeah, for now I don't have the setup, I think, to do the extra table, unfortunately. Because it does style in a funny way. So we'll focus on 2 tables per heads up. We'll only be missing 1 table. I think it's tolerable. What's up, 33 Plays? Welcome. Welcome to you in the chat. Sorry, I'm asking some stuff about graphics to improve also the look on the stream. Give me a second. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah, I muted. I'm always worried about the noise, so I end up muting my mic, and I think it's very rare that it happens, but here I forgot to unmute it, but we're back. The xiaojun777, I mean, I don't think I'm in any position to say who's a fish and not, but I believe he's a pretty strong player. I think anyone that's in this challenge is a very strong player. So I believe he's a pro, he's a legit player, and actually he's doing well right now, right? He's up 9K in EV. They've already played 241 hands. Oh my god. Because they're playing 3 tables. Most people, they kind of like set a cap at 2 tables, but Flushie and Xiaojun, they were like, you know what? Let's just play 3. So he's doing well right now in this heads up. Obviously, we're still a little bit into it. There's still a long ways to go. 244 hands out of the 1875 that they need to play against one another. Reg, yes. You're right. Fantasy. If you guys missed it, we were live earlier, by the way. We had Tony take on Yodogoki in PLO, but then later Linus played against Vasca Boy and later on against KraciFisk as well. And we had some great guests on we had Wako and Gonzo joined as well. So definitely recommend checking that out. The VOD is already up. Like you just go on I think it's on the YouTube. You click on live, and then you'll see all the recent lives. And once you select that one, in the comments, I put the timestamps of when like the more important moments of the stream happened, and then you can just go straight to like a hand review of one of the players if you want to see. In the mobile client, we can only see 1 table. I haven't tried it, but I assume so. Yeah, I don't think you can do more than 1. Luckily on PC, we can do as many tables as we want. I didn't actually even realize that Linus was playing again until now. Obviously, I was like reopening the table and I saw he's back in action. And Linus KraciFisk, they've actually already played nearly 600 hands of the 1875 need to be. So they're almost like a third of the way into their heads-up match. That's pretty crazy. They've been putting in the volume for sure. And then we've got a couple matches actually that were scheduled earlier. Tomorrow morning we're gonna have Cohiba versus Lukaku at 10 a.m. And then later that day, but into the next day at 1 a.m. So for me, Thursday, 1 a.m. CET, it's gonna be Lama versus Kevin Rabichow. The next day they're gonna play again at the same time. And then later in the day, so not actually after a night's sleep, at 6 p.m. it's going to be Kevin Rabichow versus Gonzo. So they're going to play at 6 p.m. for 1 hour and a half, take a bit of a break for 1 hour and a half, and then play again at 9 p.m. CET. So it's pretty nice seeing like all these matches getting scheduled. And actually not having a ton of overlap, I think, so far. All right, we got a potential big pot brewing here. 2/3 being bet on the turn. Flushie is going to get out of the way. If you guys have some ideas for giveaways, like what giveaway should we do? Some tickets, like what's the good value tournaments you guys would like to win a ticket for? Or do you guys prefer just some cash to play with? I think we've done a little bit of everything in the past with those. Actually, I'm not even sure how I would run a giveaway specifically to not get a headache, because last time that's kind of what ended up happening. It's like really hard to gather all the names and like do it well, but I think it's worth it. It's nice to give the viewers something. I'm gonna write that down. I will ask later. Didn't quite see what happened, but there's 2100 in the middle. Flushie is going to bet pots in position here on this paired board with 2 flush draws. Xiaojun using time. It's gonna let it go. Flushie picks up another pot here. Is there one of the heads up you guys want to focus on more, or you think it's okay? I just focus on finding the biggest hands and most interesting hands and kind of rotate between both. I think that's probably the better way to do it. I just saw an interesting hand. Let me bring it up. I might have to reopen the replayer. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Let me find the correct hand. That's the one. So in this one, we have KraciFisk opening 2.3 on the button, Linus 3 bets to 10. We get a call and we head to 865. With 2 clubs, Linus continues for 31%. Gets called deuce of hearts on the turn. And he checks around, ace of spades on the river. And Linus bets 2300s. KraciFisk makes the call. And gets value cuts. I don't know if that's the right term, probably not, but yeah, runs into they're just 1 notch higher of a hand here with ace 10. Cool giveaways will be some cool chips set plus cards. I mean, it's probably a little late, right, to start production of like such a project. I don't think Coin, as far as I know, they already have stuff like this. But that's a good idea maybe for the future. New match, nice. Yeah, 2 matches, in fact. We've got Flushie and Xiaojun fighting here, and over here we got Linus and KraciFisk. Ooh, big all-in actually on the right side. We'll get a fold through. I just bought this shirt, by the way. It's kind of getting warm here. I mean, now I opened the window. I was really worried about the noise outside. And yeah, I wanted to get a shirt with short sleeves because it gets warm very easily. And I only had like 1 of those, so I was like, well, I'll probably need more since it's 4 weeks long. I got this. I think it looks pretty nice. I like it a lot. You can't really see well, but Point Poker has water bottles. Do they? I've never seen that. Is there like a section in the software where you can look for that stuff, or? Okay, wait, let me switch. We need to get some show tables, ideally, because we get teased so much. It's like bets, fold. Oh, we don't get to see, you know? How matches are going, by the way? I can pull it up. So, Linus KraciFisk, they're 602 hands into their 1,875 hands, and KraciFisk is up 36 points. So, 36K in EV, doing pretty good. And Flushy and Xiaojun, they kind of just started, like I think about, I want to say 1 hour and a half ago, but might have been a bit more, a bit less. But they're 3 tabling, so they're going much faster. 1.5 times quicker. And they're almost at 300 hands. And Xiaojun is up 3K in EV currently. Actually, Flushy closed the gap. I think he was falling a little bit further behind earlier. I saw an influencer with one, a YouTuber. Okay. So I feel like maybe it's not like a public thing. Maybe it's kind of like they have like hoodies and jackets, you know, but it's not part of like a store or something that I assume they can get easily, but I can ask. I'll write it down. Giveaways, ship sets, cards, water bottle. It's written down. At least Linus is happy that they play more today. Yeah. Did they even mention? Oh, yeah, they did. I kind of like the backgrounds. Yeah, the blue and like the audience. I think these are like, I don't think most tables, like this is only for the Cash Game World Championship, I believe, that you can get this background. I haven't seen it on the other normal tables. I like this. Diamond on the river on the paired boards. Flushy is going to fire 75% of the pots. Xiaojun has to think about it. He's going to fold. So that goes Flushy's way. Wait, wasn't he already 3 points? Okay, maybe it takes time to like refresh. Unless they traded for the same pot size on the other table. Okay, I'll be right back 1 second, guys. All right, we're back. We're back. Yo, Fierenkes, what's up? How you doing, dude? Thanks for dropping by. If you guys want me to bring up a hand in the replayer that you saw, that maybe you weren't, you know, talking enough about, or just you want me to review, let me know, and then I'll bring it up in the replayer. I'm still working on trying to get a guest, but it seems like there's not many people around right now. I guess I can message some more people. I'll do that. point system isn't based on BB per hundreds. I should ask for clarification because I think I'm just too dumb to fully understand it right now. So I'm gonna ask. I think Kaki should be able to explain. I asked. I even told. I told KraciFisk that he'd be welcome on the stream sometime as well. Yeah, you might be right. Animal liberation. Let me reread actually. All right, let's not miss this. EV/BB score. Players can win or lose between 0 and 150 points from each match. 10 EV/BB equals 1 point. Round this to the nearest whole number. Ooh, the river, ace-jack. Yeah, I don't fully understand the EV/BB thing personally. Was that like a very small bet and a re-raise? I think so. He bet 200 Linus and KraciFisk check raise to 700s. He's not gonna fire a pot on an ace turn. And we're playing deeper now as well. They can choose to reset tables, but they didn't want to, I guess. They're okay with playing deeper. So it's pretty high SPR behind this, over 2. KraciFisk is gonna check, and Linus checks back pretty quickly. King 4 for KraciFisk. I'll replay this. So it's a single raise spots. And then KraciFisk check raises with a king 4. He turns the gutter ball and pots it. Linus having turned an ace, obviously not going anywhere, and then KraciFisk gives. I wonder, like, is there a chance that against? I guess it's a paired board, yeah, because it's a club, right, on the river. I was gonna say, like, against a small bet, could he have maybe check raised the river? But yeah, just fully given up. Linus not opting to bet the river. Johan, have you noticed that he didn't show the top bar of table when you want to recall stream per window selection? Could it be fixed? Also, all the tables he showed as Coin Poker XZ on OBS, and yeah. So I don't know. I don't do window capture, or like, I think that's what you mean, right? I think because of the way it works, you cannot do window capture because all of the things, like a lot of things have like the same name. So it wouldn't know what to capture. I actually tried to do that first and it was too glitchy. So I think what you have to do is monitor capture, and then you have to crop it. So you capture your whole monitor and then you select the exact table area. that you want to show. So that means you always have to have the exact same setup table-wise, like the right amount of tables placed in the right position. I think personally it's like the most convenient. I don't think it's going to be changed anytime soon for anything. King 4 off. Well, yeah, he blocked the straight draw, right? That's why we need an expert. You know, I don't want to say something. I don't have much experience in heads up, and then even in rig games, I play low stakes, I guess. But yeah, Fear, that's my advice. Do the monitor capture, and then in my case, because I wanted to improve the quality of the tables, because before I was using like a kind of regular monitor with I think it was 1980 by 1020 or something, or 1920 by 1080, yeah. So like kind of like the regular resolution, but then the tables don't look very good if you use that, if you put 4 on the screen. So now basically what I did is like I used a really big monitor and I maxed out the resolution to like, I don't even know, it's like 3600 something. So basically the tables are like really in HD, which was the point. Same with the replayer. So yeah, I don't know about, you know, fixing it, but I feel like that's probably very low on the list of priority of a poker software and websites to try and change something like this. Fear has to answer you. But yeah, feel free to send an email to support and ask them about it. Who knows? Yo, Smeeble. Yo, Smeeble, I just saw Wolves are playing against Pacers tonight, right? Or is it tomorrow? No, it's tonight. Ay, ay, ay. Man, Wolves have been playing so bad. I'm so sad. But they're facing the tanking Pacers, so I think we're gonna get blasted by your Wolves. Dude, Wolves have been struggling, and their Ants is injured, Jaden McDaniels is injured, Naz Reid is playing, but he's injured. Like, it's been straight pain, dude. Straight pain. For the longest time in my life, I didn't really follow much sports, like a little bit of MMA here and there, but now I understand the pain of being a sports fan and watching your team struggle at times. But I also think they're a really good team and they're capable of playing very well, so we'll see. We'll see in the playoffs. Hopefully, the World Cup will be good this summer as well, because France supposedly pretty good. They should go far. Yeah, it's very likely a good rebound game to play well, and you know. Johan, do you think Spurs have a chance versus Denver in the playoffs? I mean, I'm the worst guy in the world to ask because I literally follow basketball since like 1 year or so, not even. So I know absolutely nothing. But from watching and reading what some people have been saying about it, I saw that some were saying that Denver is struggling more right now than usual. Like their level is kind of fluctuating. They're capable of playing very well, but also struggle at times. The argument for the Spurs is that they're very good, but they also have no playoff experience. I saw a lot of people mention that. So I don't know how much that matters because I just started following basketball, like I said. But yeah, a chance for sure. A chance, yes. What chance? That's the real question. You know, who would be a favorite in that match? And would they be a big favorite or a slight favorite? KraciFisk in position. King on the turn. So king, queen, 6 of clubs, 9 of spades. Jack 10 got there now. It's going to go check, check. We get a king on the river pairing the boards. Big drama show on these runouts. When there is a flush and the ball is paired. Yeah, Jokic is goated. That shot over Wembanyama. Oh my god, man. I went to the park this morning to shoot the ball for a bit, and I was trying to make some shots like this where you shoot very high. It's so hard. Oh my god. Like already making a normal shot is difficult, but this type of shot is like extra hard. We got a big pot brewing here as well. They didn't reset this table. Wait, the left side, I think they're... Okay. I have to reopen the other one. And a 7. Whoa! The flush draw missed. And you just had a deuce. Okay, I will reopen the other table. Where is it? It's not popping. Where are you, table? Oh. I hope I didn't open both. Oh, no. Oh, it's okay if I don't. Oh, actually, wait. So I can't do tile tables. Okay, we'll keep this one. How does this challenge work? Okay, I'll bring it up. So we've got... So in the clients, you can even see all of this, by the way, if you want to look it up yourself later. So, you know, you got cash game over here, like tournaments, and then here, cash game world championship. You click on this tab, and then it explains everything, how the event works. It's a 4 weeks challenge where for this edition is the first time it's heads up. It's also recapping the previous ones, by the way. But it's the first time here it's heads up, and there is both No Limit Hold'em and PLO. For Hold'em, there is 12 players split in 4 groups of 3, where each winner of a group will advance to the semifinals. So for 2 weeks, we're going to play the group stage, and then week 3 is going to be semifinals. And then in PLO, oh yeah, by the way, they need to play 1,875 hands against each opponent in their group. And in PLO, we have 2 groups of 4 with Yodo Goki, Tony, Kohiba, and Lukaku. On the other side, Gucci Nike, Mahasajan, Dogecoin Maximalist, and Venividi. So that's the format. And yeah, everything is like summarized here. If you want to be a railbird and watch any of the action, you can go here in matches. You can sort by Hold'em or PLO. And then you can just click. You click on these tables, it opens them, and then you'll be able to see exactly what we see on screen right now. So you're able to watch the hands, and if there is any showdown, you'll know what they had, how they played it. I hope that answers it, right? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. What's going on here? Oh! Straight against top 2. Wow, nobody even had the flush. What a sick runouts. What a sick runout. Okay, let me replay that. I kind of like the way I've set up the stream, like with the 2 tables at the top and then the replay at the bottom. I think it looks pretty good. Just my name tag needs to be updated, and then we're going to be set. So this is a single race pot where Linus bets 72% on the flop and gets check raised. He calls. We see a 3 of spades on the turn, and that's an overbet. He bets 3K into 2400s. Linus calls 10 of diamonds on the river. Ay, ay, ay. KraciFisk checks and Linus jams. And Linus rivered, not quite the nuts, but, you know, a straight. He blocks the nut flush, KraciFisk with top 2. Not believing. And yeah, he runs into it and loses I think it was like, what, 28K pots, right? So where does that put them, actually? Wait, the other side. Well, actually, let's see this hand first. Actually, how are Xiaojun and Flushie doing? 22 points, almost 400 hands. It's their first session, by the way. They've put in some real work already. And if we head down there. Wow, they only played today, by the way. I feel like if they keep going, they're going to at least reach like the halfway points in 1 day of their heads up. So KraciFisk 20 points. Linus recovering here with that hand that he just won. True, it fixed the thing, just we won't be able to use like our navigator and other things that may show up on the screen, and we won't then to interrupt the recall stream. The recall/stream, unless we have two monitor, I mean, 2 to 3 monitor, I feel like it's almost mandatory these days, especially if you stream. And yeah, just gotta be careful not to show your, you know, your browsing history. You know, you never know what might show up on there. I think if you set it up well, it's okay. Check on the turn here. King on the river. Why do I get a feeling nobody is a king? Is Prodigy playing this? Yes, he is. He actually he came on the stream yesterday, had a chat with us. I think he said he was busy for the first few days, so like yesterday, today. But I think it's like from Wednesday or Thursday, I expect he might start playing his matches. Give me a second, I'll show you in his group again. Prodigy is in a group with Going Hard in the Paint and Clicker. They played a bunch last night, actually. That's what we were commenting on. And Prodigy joined the call and had a chat with us. If you missed it, I definitely recommend checking out the VOD, which is up. Very cool stuff. Anytime we get to hear from Prodigy. Linus bluffs a little more than Kraki based on his win at showdown percentage. I don't know if it's that if that's the way it's broken down, right? Is it that simple? Especially on like a lower sample like this? Like, is it already like kind of like meaningful enough? I don't know. Okay, I believe I may have found a guest. I will call now. That's his overall stats. Oh yeah, that's true as well. It's not just like what is played here in this heads up. Okay, perhaps I spoke hastily. We'll see. Still working on trying to get some guests on. Maybe I can ask some guys from the mid-stakes challenge. I think they would have cool insights too. I've already messaged a few. If you guys have suggestions, I'm always all ears as well. I'll ask Joe Slower. And when I type fast, I have way too many typos. King Jack seems like a light call, but because Linus might be bluffing, he calls. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, also when I see that run out, I'm like, okay, well, you got King Jack, but any ace is a straight. No, actually, no, wait, never mind. He's ace queen. Oh, any queen is a straight, sorry. Also, the flush got there, but he has the nut blocker. Kind of a wide hand. I mean, there's so much more going on in those hands. If somebody runs this, like, let us know what you see, please. That's a big pot. So he must have gone like 2.5, 10, and then 24. Something like this. So 4 bet pots. Ace King 5 on the flop. Is flushy going to bet on the queen turn? 2 spades down there. He's gonna check. Ace on the river. What is up with those boards always pairing? Getting out of control. Actually, it's always a paired board with a flush on there somehow. Those big tricky boards. It goes check, check on the river. And xiaojun's going to be good here with a king second pair. Probably pretty happy not to have had to make a tough decision. Okay, they keep resetting the table. So I'll open the new one. Oh, there it is. Sorry guys, if I'm looking away, I'm trying to get some guests on with us to break down some of these hands with us. So 3-bet pot here. And KraciFisk is gonna check back on Jack 9 deuce. 2 hearts. 7 of diamond on the turn. Linus checks. I played quite a bit recently, actually. I feel like if I'm Linus and a 3-bet pre and I have ace king, like this board is just so like I'm just check folding the whole way. So I wonder. I ask myself in those moments like how would a pro actually play this? So I kind of hope it goes to showdown here and then we get to see like maybe one of those not so good hands that wasn't an easy call. He does check call the turn. 10 of hearts on the river. So now king queen is a straight. And obviously a possible flush is there. And oh my goodness. We had Jack 10. This is the ace 9 suited. I'm gonna replay that. I'll bring up the cards. So 3-bet pots to 10 big blinds. And then Linus has second pair, but he doesn't bet it. It's gonna go check on the flop. KraciFisk also doesn't bet in position. On the turn though, it starts betting big. And Linus calls. 10 of hearts on the river. And it goes check. It's kind of scary for KraciFisk, right? He has top 2 on the board where there is a flush, where King-Queen made a straight. Actually, any 8 also made a straight. So in a way, like he hit the second pair, but that's not like a second pair is loving on this run out. Yeah. You bet 9-7 over Jack-10 since Jack-10 blocks all calls that you beat. Ah, that makes sense. I feel like that's a hand that I would butcher from either side. Except maybe you have... yeah, no, I guess the Jack-10 on the river here, I wouldn't be too thrilled to try and bet. Aren't in position bets supposed to be small though for the most part? I guess like now it's different because it was check on the flop and then he bets on the turn, but he bet big on the turn. All delay lines are polar with some exceptions, so big bet turn makes sense. Okay, yeah, when you mention... But so what about a scenario where he would bet on the flop? Is it more likely that on the flop he will bet small? Oh, we got... Wait, did this all go in pre? And I need to see that. So 2.5, 10.5, 25.5, and all of it. So jacks against 8s, going all in pre, and the jacks were able to hold. Linus collecting some serious EV and serious cash here. And suddenly he's only minus 12 points. I don't remember exactly how much he was down, but I think he must have been like 4 or 5 maybe. Or like, I mean, 40 or 50 points. So nice recovery here. He's still against Vaskaboy. He's still down like 2 or 3. Assuming like they are like binds, so yeah, 20 or 30 points-ish. Flushy asked, I don't think he knows that he can see how many hands have been played. I'm gonna send him screenshots. Okay, I think we got a guest. Hello.
What's up?
How's it going?
Doing good. What about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So what setup are we talking about here? Laptop and AirPods, or like?
Yeah, I got some. AirPods. Yeah.
Nice, nice,
Hope
nice.
the sound is okay.
Thanks for joining. You like Heads Up, right?
I guess I like it a little bit, but I'm not really good at it.
Yeah. Well, those guys are. Maybe you can learn something with us here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Hopefully, I don't embarrass myself too much now.
Nah, it's all in good fun. Actually, Waco was on earlier today, and it was only a PLO game going on. So he was like, I already don't know Heads Up that much, but now we're doing Heads Up PLO. So we went over a couple hands. It was pretty funny. I think he did very well too.
Oh, there are two different kind of championships going on.
Yeah. It's PLO and Hold'em at the same time. Obviously, like different players. Like no players playing in both, but yeah, there is also PLO.
Okay, and like how many players are playing the championship right now?
You have the stream open, right? I'll show you
Yeah.
I'll show you everything.
Yeah, I do.
All right. So in No Limit Hold'em, it's 12 players spread out in 4 groups of 3 each. So here in Group A, we have Vascaboy, Nico, KraciFisk, Linus, and only one player advances to the semifinals. And each match against a player is like 1,875 hands. So Group B, xiaojun777, and This is Jungleman. Group C, Llama, Friends Call Me Mark, and Kevin Rabichow. Group D, Clicker, Going Hard in the Paint, and Prodigy. And in PLO, it's 2 groups of 4, so 8 players, where 2 players advance per group to the semifinals. It's also a lot of the big names from PLO. And then you see they put it in the software. You can click on any table that's currently ongoing. It says live here if those guys are playing, and then anybody can watch, which is really cool.
I see.
And then, as always, I mean, I know you're a watch enthusiast yourself with your friends as well, but yeah, there is a Rolex to be won and quite a bit of money.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, and like, so how many buy-ins should the guy win against the other guy for him to progress to the next stage?
So I'm still working on trying to understand the point system. It's a point system that works with EV, but basically you have it's not about winning any amount of money. It's about you need to play
Winning EV.
1,875 hands per
Okay,
opponent, and then at the end of that, the more
the guy with the most EV.
Exactly, the more EV you got, the more points you got, and then you also get 50 points from winning a match.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a point system. So I think if somebody drops out, basically like this will help a lot to know like where we were at and making sure like the next best person advances.
Yeah. All right. Looks like Linus is doing good.
Well, he has 0% right now in this one. Running to a set. Yeah.
Maybe if I go on YouTube, the stream would be less delayed.
I think it's on Twitch that there is less delay, I believe, for the live.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Linus was almost back to even because earlier he was down a bunch. Like he was playing earlier today against another player, lost a little bit, then played against KraciFisk, was not doing well, then recovered, was almost at like near 0 points or like break even in this, and now he lost that one. I can replay that. That looked interesting. Yeah, sorry by the way, Void, if we moved on from that one hand. Hopefully we had enough of a talk about it too. Let me restart the replayer. Where did that hand go? There. All right, let's show the cards. So we got pocket sevens. on the button for KraciFisk. And we are exactly 100 big blinds deep. He opens 2.3. And Linus calls. So single raise spots. And Linus flops the straight flush draw against top set. Okay, well, that's an epic setup if I've ever seen one. We see a big bet. Linus check raises. And KraciFisk just calls. 10 of hearts on the turn.
Mm-hmm.
And KraciFisk bets half. How do you choose here if you're Linus when to barrel the turn? Like, say, if you don't hit? Or is it like if you don't hit, you're mostly going to want to check and then kind of like reevaluate depending on how much somebody bets? Or like, yeah. Like, how does it work exactly?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, I guess he's just like mixing.
Yeah.
That would just be my guess. In the spot, like he can barrel, he can check, and he can. I think if he chooses to check, probably always check jamming. Yeah. I guess it's just a pretty standard like spot where he just sometimes does one thing and sometimes does another thing. Would be my guess. He checked jams here, right?
Sorry?
He did check jam here now, right? With the 3-5.
Yeah, yeah. And so about the flop here, when you have sevens and he bets and he gets check raised, is there ever going to be another click happening here with top sets? Or do you just really want to keep like all the bluffs in? Or draws? Some of them might fold or something.
Yeah, I mean, he can definitely make like better flush draws fold, so and he just has infinite equity, and I guess it's kind of a standard spot. He will just, be check raising flop with a lot of 7x and some 4x and some stuff, so obviously he needs to start checking a lot on the turn, and yeah, it seems kind of standard. I guess that sevens always bet turn, and yeah, it seems pretty standard.
Okay.
All in all.
I think, by the way, sorry, go ahead.
If he makes like instead of checking to check jam, if he makes some queen 6 of spades fold, that would be very nice, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Interesting hand for sure. Epic setup for sure. I think the other match ended, by the way, Flushie and Xiaojun. I don't see them playing anymore, so I'm assuming they're done for now. They went through a lot of volume because like they played a couple hours and they played 3 tables. Like everybody's playing 2 tables. I think they were the first 2 that I've seen play 3 tables. So it suddenly goes a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
I think they wanted to play a 20k initially instead of 10. Like players can do that in this if they want to play a little bit bigger.
I see.
Imagine. Oh, actually, let me check the brackets. So, looking at the brackets, imagine if Linus and Flushie advance from their group and they decide in the semifinals to play No Limit 100k. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be sick.
That would be pretty sick.
But that's actually kind of cool if they can do that.
Yeah. That's wild, man. Up the stakes a little bit. Why not?
who is this guy, KraciFisk?
I think he's also known as Flying Llama.
Flying Llama.
Yeah, a very good heads-up player, apparently. Like everybody seemed to respect him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been holding his own. I mean, he was doing really well initially. Like now, Linus kind of closed the gap.
What country is he from?
I do not know.
The FISK stands for fish in Danish?
Well, in Swedish as well, right?
I don't know. Maybe. We also have pretty similar language, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in Swedish also it's fish. I spent a fair amount of time around Swedish people in gaming. They're pretty good at video games, it turns out. Yeah, what is happening there? Looks like a 3-bet pot, 2100 in the middle. And KraciFisk bets 63. Oh, 630. 5 on the turn. Who's got a 10 here? I think neither.
Definitely both have it.
Is pocket nines on the button like a pure 4-bet, do you think, in heads up?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so like Linus could have nines and KraciFisk has like jacks or queens. Right now, I mean, with the line they took.
Yeah.
We see an all-in. Yeah. It's pretty sick for Linus if he has a 10, by the way, right? Because then KraciFisk is ripping the overpair.
He's gonna snap it. He's gonna snap it 10.
Yeah, okay.
So he's gonna have to start like calling more than a 10. So that's kind of interesting how he will pick his bluff catchers here. I guess that KraciFisk has something like 9s plus here for that.
Okay. And then a flush here, like for Linus, is just autofold or on the river?
10 and then queen. Sorry, what'd you say?
If Linus had the flush, like a flush doesn't really get there with this run out, I guess.
I mean, he would rather have like ace queen than he would have some, random flush, of course. It's very tough to say like how this spot works.
Yeah.
My guess would just be that he has a pure call flop, he has a pure call turn, and on the river, I think he just mixes the call at some frequency. My guess is that KraciFisk like would love to bluff like at least like spade combos. So him not having a spade is probably nice. Something tells me that maybe like having a heart is also nice. Not sure. Having an ace is obviously very nice. Unblocks his bluffs. Yeah, something tells me that it's nice for Linus not to have like the queen of spades, let's say. I can see that KraciFisk like bluffing a lot of queen jack in spades or queen 9 spades or queen 8 spades, something like that. So yeah.
I guess it's a spot where KraciFisk is happy to triple barrel here, right? Because essentially any overpair would have 4-bet pre. So unless he runs, like obviously he's chopping with a 10, but say like he runs into a 5, like once in a blue moon, right? That's like 1 out. There's 1 5 left in the deck. So he's just pretty happy to triple off here without really overthinking much, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, he's probably like barreling this combo pure on the turn, and if he wants to start checking 10x, he's just checking the ones that needs a little less protection, I guess. And this one just kind of nicely unblocks these ace queen, ace jack type hands. Also denies some equity, which is nice, and yeah.
I'm so used to playing in nitty pools, and then I see somebody called 3 barrels with ace queen high. I'm like, what is going on? It's interesting how high level poker is like so different.
Yeah.
If somebody triples off in my pool, he's got a 5 and not even a 10, man. Or maybe he's got 2 10s,
I mean, I guess this is gonna be better than call. with sixes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, tough to say.
By the way, if the Mid-Stakes Championship comes back this summer, are you playing?
Yeah, I guess so.
You're not in some sort of like a donkament phase right now, are you?
I'm playing MTTs right now in Prague.
Aye, aye, aye. But like usually when you were at home, you were playing MTTs also or cash?
No, I would only play MTTs to sort of like warm up.
Oh, okay.
So like the last like couple of weeks before going here, I was having like 3-4 MTT sessions, something like that.
How's Prague going?
I had 3 bullets in the main, and then I min cashed on my 3rd bullet. And today I just busted a 2.7K tournament, some cup where it's like Europe versus the world. Like very weird. So like in one of the flights it's gonna be Europe, and the other flight is gonna be South American and Americans and stuff like that. And then on day 2 everyone plays together.
And you don't have some like Uruguay passports to play with those degenerates?
I'm actually not sure what would be the better flight, because I think a lot of the guys in the outside world is gonna be Brazilians, and I don't think like many Brazilians are coming here that are recreationals. So since
Okay,
it's
good point.
in Prague, that might be like, but then there are Americans, and Americans are definitely worse than Europeans, like in terms of the regulars. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's tough to say what flight would be better.
Well, how was the one with the Europeans though? Was there like recreational? So is it all hoodie and headphones?
I did have quite a couple of bad tables, I would say. I think I maybe had like one fish on both of them. Yeah, I did get in some good spots. I lost like a huge one where I got in with a straight versus a set for complete cheaply pot. Lost that one. And then I busted calling off King Queen, and he showed me Queen 10. He shoved the 20 bigs
Ay, ay, ay.
and rivered a 10.
Mamma mia.
Yeah.
You know a lot of people in the live games as well? Like you recognize a lot of pros, or you just kind of like look how they play and figure out, for most players, like if they're pro or not?
I feel like it's kind of easy to tell. Like, obviously, it's tough to tell. Like, if very good, like just like kind of shit. Like, there will be like a lot of guys who are in the sort of same bracket, where they can do some free bets. They will see bet 33% on every board, and
That's me.
it's gonna be. Yeah, I mean, but it's not like you're gonna crush these kind of regulars that are just semi-bad. Like, it's for the tournament to be very good, you need these splashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be a 20K tomorrow, and I will be maybe playing. I'm gonna see how the field looks and decides whether to go or not.
Is there like a satellite as well? Maybe you could play for this, or?
There's a satellite right now, but I don't want to play.
Yeah. I played a couple sats recently. Actually, I went pretty deep. I played a $10 into a 150, a 150 into a 1200, and then I played the 1200 for the 10K. And I think I busted I busted like 200 plus, and there was 60 tickets. So it's actually not too far. I mean, doesn't seem that close, but
yeah,
I busted on some BS hands as well. Some Russian dudes jammed like 18 big blinds with ace jack off, cut off against my +2 or something. Of course, I have kings, and I got the ace. It's like, yo, bro, my dream. What are you doing?
Russian. Sad. So the other guys are not playing right now. It's only Linus and KraciFisk, right?
Yeah, they stopped. Man, Linus, they're almost halfway points. Their match, they played so much. It's crazy. These guys are putting in the hours.
Yeah. Seems like are they playing a field pot? Right.
Yeah. Like I think you want check on the flop. Turn checks around as well. Deuce of clubs on the river. It pairs the board, interestingly enough. I mean, considering the action, feels like the likelihood of some sort of boat is not very high. How is going Linus? He's down in this match. I'll show you in a second. Okay, he does fold here. So they've played 827 hands, and KraciFisk is up 22 points, which might be a little bit over 2 binds in EV. I think Linus was down more than that before. He kind of recovered, almost made it to even, but now he's losing a little bit again. KraciFisk seems like a very competent player.
Is there any chance you're gonna make a show table?
Prodigy wants it, but I think he's like the main one. But he's been...
Yeah. I get why he wants that.
Well, he's been asking around for players, and some of them agreed to do it. So I think it might happen. I don't think it's particularly planned right now, but it might happen. So hopefully, yeah, it can. I think that would be nice for the viewers.
But yeah, for the viewers especially, and creates like a whole another dynamic.
Yeah,
which would be very fun to see, like how they would navigate in that. Is it gonna be like a semi-final and final, right?
Yeah, it's like a brackets after the group stage. Scotty says click the top right, bro. Actually, oh, he's right there. Actually, you can see there. Wait, so in actual winnings, Linus is actually winning right now.
But he's down in EV.
Wait, is that only this table though? Oh yeah, it's only per table. Okay, so on the left table, Linus is winning 466. No, I think that's like actual result. I think that's not EV this. But I could be wrong. On the other one...
I think so.
Yeah, on the other one, KraciFisk winning. Wait, overall in their challenge, 21 points right now up for KraciFisk. Yeah, thanks, Scotty. For some reason, I keep forgetting about this. Thank you, Devar.
I think it's almost make it a show table in the maybe later stages. It just literally makes it, so much more interesting for everyone.
Yeah, but I mean, in heads up, it's kind of wild because you have so many hands, and then to be able to see everything, like.
Yeah, but maybe you can just do it in the final then.
I mean, yeah, to be honest, show tables only shows the hand of the hand winner, right? It doesn't show what the other guy had. Yeah. So at least that's not quite like everything, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to call again, by the way. I'm inviting someone, so you just have to pick up again in a second, okay?
Sure.
Hey.
Hello! What's going on, boss?
Not too much. Just finished some coaching. Watching the GOAT here with you.
Any thoughts on any of the hands we just saw? Like this...
I just finished coaching and just joined.
Okay, do you want to see this this hand here that's at the replay on the replay at the bottom?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll keep their hands up, so you can go like maybe through their the thought process. It's not that deep a hand, to be honest, this one, but yeah, it was still kind of interesting. So Linus opens button, KraciFisk 3-bets to 10.5, and Linus calls.
Mhm.
Do you know, like ace queen, like what's going on in heads up when you open this and you get 3-bet? Is it like a 50-50 4-bet call, or what's happening with that exactly?
So this is big ante, right?
Oh, there is no ante.
Oh, I thought there was $150 of dead money at the start of the hand. No? Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, so this hand, Ace Queen O, it's almost good enough to play for stacks, but I think continuing it as a pure call would be fine. Yeah, I mean, Ace Queen suited is of course a better hand, which makes it better to stack off, but also just kind of better to see a flop. So, you know, kind of a hand that's slightly different heads up versus 6 max, where you can consider playing for a stack with it. Calling is fine. 10-8 suited, yeah, just like a kind of normal hand to 3-bet. Wouldn't have to 3-bet always, but yeah, just a suited semi-connected hand and heads up's pretty good. So not too much to say about pre-flop.
And then when you see a flop like this, is it pretty straightforward? What's going to be bets? Or is there might there be like multiple sizings here?
I mean, you can do whatever you want. Like, you know, if you give the solver 3 sizes, it will use all 3. Most people are just going to use 1, and the real question is whether they're betting their entire range or they're using a larger size to include some checks. So as complicated as any human would tend to make it here would just be sometimes betting and sometimes checking, as opposed to playing 2 sizes. Yeah, there's just not too much to be gained for playing 2 sizes relative to how much more complicated it would be. It looks like KraciFisk is betting his whole range on the flop, or close to it.
Yeah, from the sizing, yeah. And then, so we see a call from Linus, perfectly standard call, I assume?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hand is beating all the bluffs, maybe even beating a value. Well, I mean, he's betting range, so yeah, it's beating bluffs and kind of beating value bets. And then, yeah, like not getting value from anything if it raises either. So, yeah.
So we see a 5 on the turn. And who's got more 5s here? Is that even like really relevant? Or, I mean, I guess it must be.
It's not very relevant who has more 5s because, I mean, you want to think about who has more hands that want to stack off. Because if one guy has a hand that wants to stack off and the other guy has a hand that wants to stack off, then it's just whatever, right? Like if KraciFisk has aces and Linus has a 5, then GG, doesn't matter. So the question is more who has more hands that want to put in all the chips.
Okay.
Yeah. And the answer is going to be KraciFisk because he has Jacks plus and Linus doesn't. Yeah.
So KraciFisk
the 5, yeah, it's like a brick basically.
This 2300 gets called, and then we see a 3 of hearts on the river.
Mm-hmm.
And KraciFisk ships for the rest of it. With ace queen here, like, do you have a mandatory call, or what's happening on the river?
Definitely don't have a mandatory call because you don't beat any value. But you have a pretty decent catcher because if you have something like 6s, you may block bluffs. You know, like, I don't know, Jack 6 suited or something like that. Whereas if Kras has a hand like Ace Jack of clubs, or even Ace 9 of clubs, he's going to have place to check somewhere in the hand because heads up, it's just too strong to start bluffing all your ace high. So you kind of unblock the bluffs and it's a reasonable catcher. You can't just call with quads and boats, obviously. And there's nothing really making this. Yeah, fair. But yeah, you can't really call with just quads and boats, and 4s is like not a better call. So yeah.
That's what PTSD said. He said like ace queen is a better call than 6s.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like it can go both ways because like ace queen, you know, the queen can also block some bluffs, so it's just kind of what ketchup unblocks the most bluffs, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what.
I mean, like, I guess
it's kind of the same, I guess. But
has anyone in the history of the world ever like own somebody by jamming the river with like King Jack of Hearts here. So I don't know, like, but yeah, ultimately it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So I mean, like the removal stuff like that, that's for guys like Linus to think about. For the most part, heads up ranges are really wide. In a spot like this, what's most important is does KraciFisk have enough bluffs or not? I would say, and I'm dumb and I have 30 seconds, so I'm going to spend most of my time thinking about that,
Yeah.
and not the blockers. Yeah.
Busto in the chat said, "Can you show who's winning?" Yes, I'll show you in a second. He said, "Thank you so much for commentating hands." You're welcome. So I'll show the points. In points right now, KraciFisk is currently winning with 20 points. But in actual earnings on each table, Linus is up 1,500 on one table and KraciFisk is up 4,500 on the other. So really, KraciFisk is up 3K.
So they're playing different stakes at two tables? Is that? Oh,
no, same stakes.
3K. Okay,
Yeah.
he's up 3K. Okay.
He's up 3K. I'm guessing I think they're only playing two tables, yeah.
Does KraciFisk have a known Christian name? Which player is this?
Flying Llama.
Okay.
There was another hand here, by the way, that I noticed. It caught my eye, and it looked very interesting, so I'll bring it up. So we have Linus on the button with ace-deuce of diamonds. He opens, he gets 3 bets, so 2.59 calls, flops the nut flush draw, and he re-raises.
Uh-huh.
So, like, is this one of those, you're balancing your whole range, so this somehow makes it into the bracket of hands that you raise? Because, like, I tell you what, I would never raise this in a million years. I'd take a call and be like diamonds.
Yeah, so usually when you have a strong draw, you don't raise very much in position because you're afraid to get raised or jammed on. But there's a couple of things going on here. One of them is that they're deep. So Linus is always going to get to see a turn because even if KraciFisk 3-bets, all in would be too large a sizing, which means that Linus has a hand strong enough to call no matter what happens the rest of the time on the flop. And that allows him to raise a strong draw like this because it's never worried about having its equity denied. Even if you were 100 deep, if I saw Linus do this, I would just assume that he thought that his hand was doing well enough to call off even facing a jam. And, maybe he expects Krasi to come over the top too often with Queen 9 of diamonds, King Queen of diamonds, 9 8 of diamonds, 9 7 of diamonds, or like just weak Jack X where you're almost flipping. And then you could justify raising this hand as well. But yeah, so I think Linus is just thinking here, there's no wrong play I can make with this hand because he can't make me fold on the flop. It's just a really high equity hand,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this hand is probably gonna be his first raise, like in terms of his nut flush draws, like just kind of like unblocking most of the other guys' flushes so that he can cooler. So he will just like take this hand before, let's say, Ace Queen of Diamonds. I mean, Ace Queen of Diamonds also have equity, but I guess he will pick this one before.
Before like
And
Ace
also
9 of diamonds, right?
Yeah.
Ace Queen is kind of weird because then you're just like, then you're just raising for value basically. Like
yeah, that probably should just be. Yeah, I don't know. You can do whatever.
I think you can do whatever with either of those. The worst one for sure would be Ace 9 of diamonds, I think. Yeah. So this is basically a value raise. Just yeah.
And if you're KraciFisk here with, say, King Queen of diamonds, or I don't know, I probably would 3-bet 9 8 of diamonds, right? Then what do you do in this spot? Like you see bet on what seems like a good board, you get raised.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're going to have to 3-bet some bluffs, and you're going to have to 3-bet some value. And I think if you only 3-bet combo draws and value, you would be way too equity driven. So other candidates to 3-bet here, like I guess ace queen, ace king with a diamond, although those are like tough to find. King 9 with a diamond, something like that would be probably low frequency. And then yeah, a lot of just really strong draws and really strong value can all 3-bet. And then you have to call some as well. You know,
It gets it gets very complicated to start, clicking back on the flop. But yeah,
yes, and you need to though. You really need to, because otherwise Linus can just like fucking play half of his range as a raise.
Yeah, it does make sense to take some of these like ace king, ace queen type hands, to start making maybe like pocket freeze or something fold, and also like still is kind of a value bet, against maybe some king queen and a hand like that, like this.
Yeah. I think most weak players would in practice end up always calling 2 overs and a gutter.
Unless they have ace 10.
Yeah, exactly. And so they're going to be a little bit face up. Yeah, tough spot for Krasi to play his range.
So we do get a call from Krasi, and then on the turn he checks 6 of hearts.
I bet Linus checks. Yeah.
He checks back, and then we see a queen of diamonds on river.
Interesting to see the small bet from Liney.
Trying to catch it because he goes really fast for some reason. Yeah, so KraciFisk checks river. And Linus bets 3,700 into 5,200s. How did he go about picking the sizing here?
I wouldn't pick the size. What do you think, PTSD?
Have you seen PTSD play? He's jamming here, dude. Putting him to the test.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
don't be
I was
afraid.
thinking more like pot or something, but
don't be afraid to speak, PTSD. I don't think Prodigy is watching right now.
No, I'm thinking like I mean, of course, I think if he has like a hand like king 9 or 8-9, this sizing does make sense. Or some whatever 10x, he just probably don't really have any 10x when he checks turn. But
I forgot about king 9-9-8. Yeah, I was thinking about. I thought most of what he was repping is that like a 10 that somehow checked. But you're right that king 9-9-8 could make sense for this sizing. I think
yeah,
a queen is too thin because of the asymmetry in ace king. But it might not be a strong queen, especially if you have ace queen and you block ace king. Why can't you talk if Prodigy's watching?
Oh, because like
that's just a joke. But I once talked something about a hand, and he came in and said something.
He shredded you?
No, yeah, PTSD was talking about the hand, and then Prodigy came on the stream, and he's like, I literally heard zero good reason why you made the play that you did in everything that you said. Which was pretty damn funny.
Oh my god. Yeah. I guess like usually how I would think about this river is that I don't have a lot of medium strength hands that want to bet on this river. I mostly have diamonds and I don't know, pocket sixes. Like I don't know. I don't. Pretty polar. I would think when I reopened the river.
They are still pretty deep though, and the other guys, I think the other guys very uncapped still.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
I do think
so. Maybe he just plays his whole range for the size, and then make sure that Krasi doesn't come over the top with ace jack with a diamond or whatever. Yeah,
those KraciFisk.
No one players are capable.
Yeah, and there could definitely be like a lot of hands that seems like a nice check jam from KraciFisk, so he can for sure like he's gonna have tempting combos to pick from.
Yeah.
Do you think KraciFisk here he ever has ace king in this line, or say like King Jack with the King of Diamonds. Like, what would you put him on, knowing that he called here and lost on the river?
Any of those are viable.
What did you say? Yeah.
He asked about King Jack and Ace King. Like, what did Krasi call with?
What we think?
Yeah, because we can't see, right? Like, he called and lost. So.
We don't know, of course. Yeah, okay, I see.
It was Yoshi asked if it was the single raise pot or 3-bet pot. It was the 3-bet pots. But it wasn't a big 3-bet, by the way, right? I think he did like smaller.
No, it was small. Yeah, which is sometimes a thing deep.
Yeah, because they're like 190 big blinds deep, and he did 9 big blinds.
Krasi's whole range. I mean, it could have been exploitative. Krasi's whole range looks like an attractive call. His whole range is King Queen, Queen 9, 9 8, Ace King, King Jack, like Ace Jack. They all 10x. It all looks like viable calls. It's really hard to have an auto fold river. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you mean with the line taken, right? Because like say like if he had pocket sevens, probably he's not betting flop.
What size did he bet on the flop? 1/3?
He bets. Let's see. Maybe pretty small, 540. 30%.
Yeah, he could easily have sevens. He could easily have sevens.
But then they don't call river.
They might bluff the river.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Because what's the bottom of your range, right?
He heads up.
Like, I'm not sure, but it's like, what's the bottom of your range here, right? It's I mean, you have like 9-7. You don't have many worse hands than sevens.
From which perspective? I wasn't listening.
From Krasi's perspective, once you get to the river, what's like the bottom of your range?
Do you think he stopped bluffing sevens or something?
I'm just trying to figure it out, like what, because I'm trying to name worse hands than like an under pair.
Yeah.
Ace 9 of hearts. So I wouldn't be shocked if someone bluffed sevens here.
Yeah.
Or fives or whatever.
Yoshi in the chat says that's the reason for the 75% from Linus. Then he doesn't have 10s, jacks, queens. He can't go bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very standard, like the river.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, he's just having like a straight off flush and essentially never really a house, and the other guy's just uncapped. So I think that's just he's gonna be sizing.
Yeah, I mean he's Jack 10, Queen 10. But yeah, sure.
You think he's gonna check that on the turn a lot on a double flush draw board?
Well, no, but I just don't think you can. I don't know. I honestly, I kind of just want to rip the river, but that's just me.
Collie poker, the collie bluff.
The collie, yeah, the collie bluff. I get pocket sixes to fold.
We're playing good poker over here.
Good collie bluff in a while.
Oh my god.
For those who are wondering, a collie bluff is when you get called by a bluff catcher that loses to your bluff.
I mean, like if the guy shoves versus your B75 bet, you're having a bluff catcher now with ace deuce. So.
Well, that's part of why I want to jam, because yeah, I don't really like bet call, and like, yeah, I don't know.
It's okay. You're already convinced. Now you're even more convinced.
Yeah. It's yeah. You know what? Time to run this shit. We're gonna run this shit and find out if we can rip.
We need a mid-stakes championship to return. Get some Coley bluffs back in there.
Hell yeah, man.
There can be only one best Canadian player, Coley.
Yeah. I got one through at Ryan versus Ryan Risk at 5K the other day.
Nice.
Gotta print that, put it on my wall.
Oh, he saw like what you had to?
No, I didn't show him. So
snap.
some student will see this and but yeah, it was blind v blind, like queen 10 4 2 diamonds. I had ace 9 off with a diamond, single raise pot. He c-bet quarter pot. I called. Turn was a brick jack. Let me find the hand. Anyways, I overbet jammed the river on him when he overbet small, and I got it through. I was very happy.
What are the chances he had a better hand?
0 in that. Well, no, the chances he had a better hand are very, very, very good, but he could have had a worse hand.
Okay.
The chances I got called by a worse hand were 0. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, let's see this. Let's see this shit. 10 of hearts, 10 of diamonds.
Prodigy playing 100k. Yeah, I can pull it up in case there's a big hand. I probably won't follow it mainly because it's not part of the challenge. But if there is a big hand to review, we can go over it. Whoops! It moved everything. It's got the ape avatar. Perfect.
Who is he playing?
Sam Mac 1988. I don't know who that is, but that guy was, I think, earlier playing. Who was he playing? Was it Munez? Damn, I'm blanking out. But yeah, this guy was already playing someone earlier at No Limit 100k.
Okay, so jam is illegal. Jam is illegal, and it's just standard, and I suck. I mean, technically, the EV difference is 0 between jam and small with our hand, but yeah, pretty clean to just bet smaller. I think you do. No, yeah, you just don't value catch. You just have to turn your hand into a bluff catcher on the river. It's gross.
Yoshi asks how many hands have they got left. They're more than halfway through it right now. They've played, and they only started playing today, I believe. They played 948 hands out of 1,875 that they need to play, and only 11 points apart currently. So yeah, about 900 hands left to play to be played between those two. There was, by the way, a big pot. Not right now. I mean, for some reason, the replayer loaded a lot of the recent hands of Prodigy's game, so I can pull.
Looks like he's quitting now.
Who is? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, then perfect. We can go back over the big hand that happens in the other. Should we do with open cards, though? What do you guys think? Should we do a mystery one?
Whatever.
All right, well,
I don't mind.
All right, we'll do mystery.
Ideal is you see one player, but I don't know if that's...
Yeah, okay, actually, I can tell you... Well, actually, no, there was no showdown from both. Only one player is what we saw. So should I reveal?
Sure, yeah. If you think it's better that we know one player's hand, tell us, and if not, it's okay.
Okay, I'll just show it on the stream, then it's... Instead of saying it, it's like the same thing. Okay, so it's coming up now. Let me full screen that thing, since the other match is finished. Then here we see the hands. So it's, near 100 big blinds effective. Samak is on the button. And he opens 2.5x. Prodigy 3 bets to 11 and a quarter. And Samak calls with 8-7 of diamonds. He flops the gutter ball. Prodigy continues for half.
B75. Half, okay.
Close enough. Why would it be B75? Like you kind of want to You kind of want to stack off with
I
a lot
guess-
of your strong hands, and then so you have to mix in some bluffs as well, or like how does it
Yeah,
work?
this board's just goaded for Prodigy. I guess Prodigy is even value betting some like pocket fives, ace 10, ace jack type stuff here for this size.
Yeah, this spot is like insanely good for him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Samak makes the call. Boom! Straight on the
Bink.
turn.
Uh-huh.
And Prodigy now checks.
Yeah.
Samak checks back. Mamma mia.
Sicko.
The trickster. The trickster. On the pale board, he has a straight. Now the flush got there. He should be quaking in his boost, but he's not.
We're gonna see either like something close to pot or block from Prod here.
Prodigy
Yeah, he's gonna
checks.
fold.
He checks the
Oh
river.
wow. And then it's just jam fold.
Yes, Samak fires half pots. And Prodigy makes the call. And unfortunately, we don't see his hand, but Samak had the straight.
Man. Yeah, I would like to say badly played by Samak.
Yeah, I guess he should jam.
Yeah, I think you should bet the turn and as played, jam the river.
At least jam the river.
Yeah.
Like, if you check the turn, then you should jam the river. So you get the money
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So Samak wouldn't fold the river, would he?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think he would, but what is even the EV and bet calling like okay, think about it like this, like the EV of your play comes from the EV of all total outcomes that can happen after your play times the frequency that each outcome will occur, right? So if you bet small and get called, the EV is not that high because you didn't win a big pot. If you bet small and get jammed on, the EV is not that high because you only beat a very small percentage of the value. So, and then if you bet and they fold, then the EV is the same as if you bet any other size. So it's just not a very high EV proposition. And similar when you check the turn, you know, the EV is like play for a small pot. Prodigy has some bluffs that he wouldn't have found otherwise, but only for a smaller pot. Or like Prodigy like open rip jams the river on you a bunch. But yeah, it's like the board's bad for Prod. Like I don't think he's gonna put a lot of big bets in. It's weird. It's a weird line.
Pretty crazy amount of money though. He played for this table, Jesus. Samak now has.
Yeah.
He's got 333k in front of him. He seems to be. Well, actually, we can see, right? Oh my God! I guess you have delay, but you're gonna see in a second. Ay ay ay. Gee, that's an expensive game. That's what actually that you can see this even as a spectator.
Ugh. No.
Made a set on the river, make no money from it. This is the life after you're down like 2 buy-ins and a half.
Mm.
Oh, and they're playing with ante as well. This game is too big, bro.
It's 500 1k and then 200 for the ante.
Dude.
Does that mean you have to open bigger or like not necessarily?
Not necessarily, but you will continue much wider against the same sizing.
Yeah. Emil asks, isn't that 50 100 or is it minimum 50? Oh no, so this table right now is not part of the challenge. It's just like cash game that they're playing. Can you show how the big hands how he won 200k? Well, the replayer only shows like the last 20 hands, and the only very big hand that happened, that's the one we just went over. So we already saw where there was a straight made. Other than that, there hasn't been really big pots proportionally to the stakes they're playing. But as far as the challenge, Emil, you were asking about the standings. I can bring it up. Give me a second. This would be good to go back over it too. So Linus is down 45 points right now. He's down 12 points against KraciFisk and 33 against Vaskaboy Nico. Not looking too hot. He went up through about half. I think against Vaskaboy Nico, he actually hasn't played much. But with KraciFisk, they've played about half of their hands, maybe a bit more. Xiaojun went up against Flushie a little bit today. And then Lama won a little bit earlier against Friends Call Me Mark, so he's currently in the lead in that group. Jungleman hasn't played yet. Prodigy hasn't played yet in the challenge. Clicker did really well last night against Going Hard in the Paint, and I think they're going to be playing more like very soon as well. Are points counted? Binds? No, it's about EV. BB EV. On the Coin Poker website, it's explained. I'm unfortunately too stupid to understand, so I think I'm going to spend some time trying to figure it out later. Yo! Is that...
Sometimes you gotta go, man.
Dude, he went to toilets with his freaking microphone.
It's the sound of... Yes.
Jesus Christ. The ASMR, do what he wanted.
Chips dwindling away.
Oh my god. Yo, what's up? Richie Lucky, by the way. Welcome, dude. If you want to join the stream at any time, let me know. Be happy to have you. What did Linus versus Kraci end at? Unfortunately, so when the table, like when they leave, it basically says this. It says table closed, and then I cannot click the replayer thing or like the result thing. But I think maybe in the client I can see. Let me see. So, asking about Linus versus Kraci. Yeah, I guess it's the points tell us. So Kraci, because I think Kraci didn't play against Vaskaboy yet, so he ended up plus 12 points and Linus minus 12 against him. Yeah, there it is.
Linus still tanking since the high stakes championships, eh? I know it's still also a small sample, but
it's image building for the table games. Okay, should I unmute PTSD?
I think you should just keep him on mute for life.
Bro, PTSD, what are you doing, man?
Have you muted me? Have you muted me?
Well, like, not early enough, dudes. Like, we got the ASMR we didn't know we wanted, man. We never asked for it. Sheesh. Unreal.
Samac.
Do you guys think Linus ran bad? Emil asked in the chat.
I mean, probably. Like, it's hard to go from the best player in the world to deserving to lose like 20 big blinds per 100 for 50,000 hands. But it tends to lower the ceiling on how good you're doing against the field to lose for this much this long by a little bit. Of course, like anything is possible with variance, so... but it is interesting to start to speculate, you know, if he's taken a bit of a dip. And I think you see this in high competition all the time. People are on top for a while, and then one day they're not. So it's an open question if currently he's lagging behind a bit. We saw this most profoundly with Stefan in the mid-stakes championships where...
Hey, he ran bad too.
Definitively. At that point, it's like, it's mid-stakes. He played hundreds of thousands of hands or whatever. Like 100k hands. It's just cooked.
And Hierophant says, Linus has ascended to a realm where mere mortals can't comprehend. I like it. We need to get a stream with him at some point.
Hierophant.
Are you still there, PTSD?
Yes.
Well, you're not talking anymore. We got to know you very intimately at this point, man. Don't be shy.
I don't have anything interesting to say, so I'll just shut my mouth.
That was a healthy stream, man. That was like you 3-bet and then you just went bet into the toilet, you know?
Jesus Christ.
That was conviction.
How does the always end up being so awkward with this? With the watch first and now this. Eggs on Thrill says Linus plays a high variance style. Really? I thought he just plays good.
Yeah, dude. Like, if you're not playing a quote-unquote high variance style at these stakes, then you're just losing more. I don't know what to tell you. This yeah, like I don't know how else to say this except for this is like low stakes live like type of terminology. Not trying to be rude or anything. I mean, yes, he's a little bit more aggressive than these other players, but they're all fucking sickos and they need to be.
The click!
So.
He clicked!
That ain't no click. That's PTSD piss into the toilet right there. That's a nasty, scary 3-bet.
Oh, I'm sure he's watching the stream prodigy.
That's a scary big click is smaller, you know.
Actually, we mentioned you yesterday, PTSD, because I was asking Owen like about the watch, and then I said like, yeah, you know, if he wins the watch, he's gonna loan it to you. That one's never going away, dude. I love that story.
Yeah, my friend loved it as well. He found it really funny when I told him.
You sent him the link?
No, I just told him.
Okay. Wait, how's Prague been, by the way? Like, you're hanging out with some people, or you could just kind of doing your own thing for the most part?
Yeah, it's very nice. I'm here in December when there's EPT Prague, and this is way better, way more soft. World Series of Poker Europe.
Yeah, you play a lot of tournaments, right, PTSD? Or used to, anyways.
I don't play a lot of tournaments, but I'm still hanging in. I'm going to some live stops and playing like a little bit of online MCTs as well, mostly cash.
But when you're done with the tournaments, you play cash there too, or you just chill?
No, I'm just here for tournaments.
Okay.
Actually, cash, right now I could try and go play some cash now because I have time, but it hasn't really been in my plans to do.
I have a friend who's a cash player, and he goes to like those circuit events, like a EPT, whatever, and then he just plays cash only, and then he just kind of wait and hopes that, you know, some MTT guy busts the tournament and then goes to play cash because he has nothing else to play.
Is he playing PLO or
Hold'em?
Hold'em. Yeah. Okay.
What I did in Florida.
Well, there was a circuit there?
Yeah, there was whatever, WPT or whatever it is. WSOP, I don't know. Yeah.
Are you gonna do it again? Has it convinced you need to go to Vegas now, or was that a one-timer?
The next stop is going to be New York because they're opening up card rooms for the first time sometime this year.
Really?
It's supposed to have happened by now, but they we keep calling and they keep saying like, yeah, soon. Like, it was like supposed to be the start of April, so I don't know when soon is. But yeah, that's going to be massive, dude. Like, in Florida, I was playing like 25-50, and this guy from New York, the only guy from New York I met, he's like, oh, what you guys play? I can't do the accent. But he sat down, and he dusted his stack in like 15 minutes. 2 stacks. Like, just massive amounts of money. Like, he lost $1,000 fucking minute. And, yeah, I assume not all players in New York are like that, but I've left a good impression for the next stop. Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be like a TDKGP's basement with the?
Well, it used to be like that in New York, but now it's gonna be legal card rooms. You know.
Wait. Oh, actually, probably gray area card rooms. You mean, right?
I don't know, but I mean, they're like official. Like they're not in somebody's apartment building or something like that. They're building card rooms in New York City right now.
You don't have to go
it's
to
really exciting.
grandma's dusty apartments.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get it.
You don't have to go to hang out with Tony and Polly.
Oh my god. This movie is the best, man. PTSD, have you seen Rounders?
No.
Man, I had a feeling PTSD is like one of those young guys. He's just somehow he hasn't seen the classic. Bro, you need to see that movie.
I am 27, I think.
I don't think you have the speed.
Have you heard of the movie PTSD or no?
I have heard of the movie, yes.
It is the ultimate poker movie.
I have only been watching Casino Royale.
Okay, yeah, very realistic, yeah. Quads over straight flush over royal flush. This is like, it might be the
It's a bit like
stupidest
that in
poker thing.
Rounders too.
You know, we have this. There's this guy, Martin Cabral. Controversial guy. He's down here in Prague, and when you are sitting and playing, you just randomly hear out of nowhere, Casino Royale. Just, talks infinite. He's I find him very funny, but like a lot of guys find him annoying.
Yeah, but that's why he's funny, because guys find him annoying.
Yeah, he's the ultimate like rage baiter. He's pretty funny.
Interesting sizing from Prod on that board. Repping weaker for value than a king, basically. It's like a 2.5x raise.
King 8-8?
Yeah.
I need to restart the replayer, I think. Seconds. What a board, King 8-8. So it's a 2.5x open, single raise spots. Prodigy checks. We see a 36% from Samak, and Prodigy clicks pretty much.
Yeah, it's interesting because there are not a lot of hands you're putting in a dreadful spot by raising so small. Basically something like 10-9-0, I guess, is in trouble. And I think that this raise is saying that it contains pairs under the 8, 7, 6s, 5s, so forth. Maybe a product of being deeper with more pairs that didn't 3-bet in your range. And also the 8 is not bad for Prodigy in terms of having some nuts in there as well. So kind of interesting to see that. Yeah, but usually I don't play this merge check raise heads up. So I was surprised to see it.
Yeah. Prodigy
May just be as simple as he thinks Samak folds a lot. So
maybe getting a comeback here going. You're winning a couple pots here and there.
yeah, I just got to stack them once and then you're in it.
I think more than once.
Well, because he's down 180k, right? So if he wins one more stack, then he's up. Oh, he's down. Yeah. Oh, so how can Samak be up 190 but Prodigy's down 207?
I think Prodigy was playing Munez before. So he might have lost some to Munez and then Samak took the seat, is my guess.
Okay.
Oh yeah, maybe it might be the rake too. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, they are getting rigged. Okay.
Ah, the rake.
The rake, always the rake.
Do we know who Samak is? I don't think that's a nickname I've seen before.
He's got a bit of a fish handle, I must admit. Samek 1988.
It looks like such a recreational name.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Well, yeah, many people do that on purpose, though. I remember, I can't remember who it is, but a friend of mine, he used the nickname on the, I think it was on ACR, he put like Prince Dubai.
I'm still in awe of Lamb Bluff. That's like the most goated handle of all time. That's like, truly props to him.
Oh my god.
All right, Prod's just saying he's got a jack or better here.
Ships another one.
Gets it through.
So minus 198. Still, I got some work to do.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Man. Crazy. You have to be so mentally strong because these games just don't run.
Yeah.
I don't think Prodigy can play this very much. Like,
You don't think he just steals action?
well, I guess like you could always play this against like Linus or something, but
I mean, if the guy is recreational or whatever, he would just send info that he got this guy, and people would just snap by action, and then he goes.
oh yeah. No, I mean I'm sure he's selling action for it too. That's probably what's going on, but I don't know. I'm always curious how much of himself someone like Prodigy would have in a game like this.
Probably
Yeah.
a lot, I feel, but we can't know for sure. We can ask him maybe later when he comes on. Next time he's
Yeah,
on.
I mean if he has a lot, then it's a lot for a poker player to lose because you just don't get to play 500 1K that much, I don't think.
Well, it depends, like, what's his role as well, right?
No, I know, but even if you're incredibly well rolled, it's just like, okay, well,
I mean,
I'll grind this back for the next 5 months. Yeah.
Yeah, well, like if you're incredibly well rolled, like it's not that big a hit.
I know.
But I agree. Yeah, when you can't play that big, usually, of course, like then going back to playing like No Limit 10K, like which 10 times smaller,
Yeah,
would feel odd for sure.
I have felt the equivalent at stakes under 10K. Like, okay, back to 500 and now inconsequential after my session just now.
Do you know like what's the highest stakes that Stefan used to play?
I'm sure whatever ran.
So Stefan, like I was gonna say allegedly, but no, he probably played like No Limit 50K, No Limit 100K in the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can assume that, and then he had to play No Limit 500.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's sad.
The poor guy.
Wondering what he's doing now.
Getting ready for his vengeance.
He needs to be like the Russian Charlie Carroll. Release a live tell course. Lots of big bets from Prod. I like it. None of this small ball.
You're not gonna get back to break even by betting quarter pot, Corey.
I know, yeah.
Emil
Could well
asked,
be a function of deep stuff.
Emil in the chat asked, back to my question, do you think Linus is kind of bored about the stakes played in the challenge, or do you think it's high enough for no one to get bored?
I don't think he's bored. I think he enjoys it.
Yeah.
Be my guess.
Yeah. Well, that's a good time for me to get myself out of here. Good to see you both. PTSD. Your stream sounds healthy. Your voice seems strong. You seem well. Johan, it's good to see you also. So
thank you for being on, sir. And yeah, if you have any shout outs, anyone?
No, I'm good. Next time I come on, I'll think of a shout out ahead of time. So
All right.
But yeah, catch you guys on the flip.
Thank you, sir. See you later. All right, PTSD. Thank you for being on, sir.
He set out.
Yeah. I think they're done. I'm assuming. But yeah, I think also I streamed like
you
4
ending?
hours. I streamed like 4 hours earlier, and then now 2 hours. So I think I'm about ready to call it a night and chill.
All right. It was nice talking.
Likewise, if you have any shout outs, now is the time, my friend.
No shoutouts.
All right, shout out to the Rolex boys.
Okay, sure.
Later, man.
See you later.
And now, oh hi, Mark tells me I can join if you're still going. Well, the worst timing ever. But yeah, no, we'll have him, I'm sure, later on. Yeah, so thanks again for you guys to that joined the stream. Thanks to our guest. We had PTSD, then we had Coley on for the second stream of the day. Earlier today, we had the Wacko. If you guys missed that, go back and watch the VOD. Definitely recommend it. Later on, we had Gonzo, one of the players in this challenge. So yeah, check those out. I post the timestamps immediately after I go off. That's on the YouTube in the comments where I will post it. So if you miss something and like you don't want to watch the whole thing, you can kind of jump to where we reviewed a certain hand. I kind of tried to put a little bit of a description as well, so it's easier for people. But yeah, we're back tomorrow with more action. Actually, tomorrow, kind of an early start. We start at 10 a.m. with Kohiba versus Lukaku. That's PLO, and we're going to be joined by Mahasajan in the commentary booth, who's one of the players in this challenge as well. And then we've got plenty of matches coming. Lama is going to be playing against Kevin Rabichow. Then Kevin Rabichow is going to be playing against Gonzo on Thursday and Friday, and many, many more matches coming. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.